And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for one of our feature bouts of the evening. This match is set for one fall. Introducing the competitors.
And I have been waiting for this match all week long, or actually for the last 2 weeks since it's been announced. Kyle O'Reilly is taking on one half of this tag team, coming into the building right now, of Davey Gibson and Matthew Grundy, the Blood Brothers.
Well, here we go, the little besties, Davey and Maddie.
Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Matthew Grundy from St. Louis, weighing 195 pounds. Here is the Blood Brother, Davey Gibson.
Davey Gibson, one of those rare special athletes that we have here in NWL STL. This guy will stop at nothing to get the best not only out of his opponent, but the best out of his tag team partner. And this is going to be one heck of a competition between him and the Violent Artist.
Opponent, fighting out of St. Louis, weighing 210 pounds, the Violent Artist, Kyle O'Reilly.
There he is, former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, a man who's collected titles all around the world, making his debut here in the Casa Loma Ballroom, Kyle O'Reilly.
Well, Kyle O'Reilly certainly caused a lot of buzz when he made the announcement that he's coming here to the NWL. We are glad to have him. The guy's got quite a pedigree. He's a very, very violent young man, and I think we're going to see a lot of those tendencies here with Davey.
You love saying Davey Gibson. Each and every time it comes out of your mouth, it just seems to roll off your tongue. It's one of your favorite things to say here in the National Wrestling League is Davey Gibson.
You know, can't we do something about Maddie and Davey being around each other's matches all the time? They don't have manager's license. What good are they for each other? Why do they even deserve to be out there? I couldn't just get my best friend to come and sit next to me instead of having to sit next to you, right? So why are they allowed to do that?
Surprised you have a best friend. Handshake starts off this match. The bell has sounded, and we are underway for what is sure to be a classic here tonight. Nice arm drag by Kyle O'Reilly. And once again, this action, fans, is going to be fast-paced. It is going to be off the charts. And I will promise that I'll try to keep up with the action as best as I can. Nice arm drag by Davey Gibson, but this is going to be one heck of a contest.
Well, you know, these two guys, both St. Louis natives, their paths have crossed several times before in the past, but, you know, things are different now. There's higher stakes for both of these gentlemen.
That's right. Like this is going to be a feeling out process, as we've seen so many times here in the National Wrestling League. Both guys, you know, even if they've fought before, it's still, you don't know what game plan the other guy is going to go into in this match. And so this is going to be a feeling out process for the first portion of this match. Both exchanging waist locks. And now Kyle O'Reilly getting the best of that. Maybe Davey Gibson reverses it, rolling around, jockeying for position. Either man gets the better of that exchange there, Christopher.
Both guys know each other very, very well. Both of them, you know, we see this a lot in these high-profile matches where guys are very cautious to start up. They don't want to be the one to make that first mistake. If you make a mistake with somebody like Kyle O'Reilly, and yeah, with Davey Gibson, you're going to be in a lot of trouble very quickly.
And I think you're going to see a side of Davey Gibson that you may have not seen before. This guy has educated feet and educated hands, just like Kyle O'Reilly. Maybe not to the extent of one Kyle O'Reilly, but you're going to see some devastating strikes from one Davey Gibson here tonight.
I think I would give the strength advantage to Kyle O'Reilly, and I would certainly give the speed advantage to Davey Gibson in this matchup, but it's close either way.
Absolutely. Nice side. Really Richie down to that side headlock, holding on to it after Davey Gibson tried to Irish whip Kyle O'Reilly into the far side.
This is something that we have come to see from Kyle O'Reilly. He has a great, strong ground game. He does a lot of jiu-jitsu. He does a lot of judo, those types of things. He's very comfortable on the ground, which is somewhere that Davey Gibson not as comfortable.
Well-traveled veteran of this sport just walks across the back of Davey Gibson to the other side, rolls over Davey Gibson. Davey Gibson underneath the legs of O'Reilly. And once again, Davey Gibson showing that quickness and gets him in a Hurricane Rana, takes over Kyle O'Reilly, a nice missile dropkick. And again, Davey Gibson showing his quickness, and that Kyle O'Reilly should not take him too lightly. Going for a quick cover here, only gets a 1 count. I love the atmosphere in big fights like this, in big matches like this. You can hear the crowd hanging on every move each one of these wrestlers does. Nice knife edge chop to the chest. The crowd just waiting for that big moment, that big opportunity to see. The victory could come for either one of these guys at any given moment.
Absolutely.
Again, knife edge chop right across the chest of Kyle O'Reilly.
This is exactly what Davey Gibson needs to do in this match. He needs to be aggressive. He needs to take it to Kyle O'Reilly. Can't shy away from those things. If you do, he's going to catch you, and it's going to be a big mistake. He needs to do exactly what he's doing here.
Davey Gibson going for a cover, and Kyle O'Reilly kicks out emphatically at a 1 count. Strikes him right with the butt of his arm and his elbow right in the side of the head of Kyle O'Reilly. Davey Gibson looking to whip him into the corner. Kyle O'Reilly reverses. Comes out of the corner again, looking for a
beautiful pin attempt. Oh, look at that. He's turning it into...
He's turning it into a sharpshooter here. Could roll him over, get him in the sharpshooter, and get an early submission victory here.
He's got him.
If he sits back,
too early, too strong. Too strong to get into that
O'Reilly
right now.
Still got too much gas in the tank. If he would have sat back and really cranked back on that sharpshooter, that could have been the end of this match.
Well, that's a lot easier said than done with a guy like Kyle O'Reilly. He was caught in that, and he knew that that's what was going. He hightailed it out of there as fast as he could.
Looks like he's hoisting him up for a nice backbreaker. Taking a bow to the audience there is one Davey Gibson. 2.
I'm a little surprised. Much slower pace from Davey Gibson than we're used to seeing from him. But I think he's just being a little more cautious than maybe he normally would be. And I don't know if that's a good strategy or not.
Seems to be working so far. Hard forearm strike to right in between the shoulder blades of Kyle O'Reilly. And you're absolutely right. This match has started off far more methodically than originally thought. Boot to the face. Kyle O'Reilly gets a charge of Davey Gibson in with a boot. Oh, there's those educated hands and feet. That combo strike. It sweeps out the legs. And there's that look. There's that intensity that Kyle O'Reilly brings to every match.
This guy is aggressive in every single thing that he does. He's so explosive when he needs to be. Kind of lured Davey Gibson in maybe for a false sense of security and just exploded all over him.
Hard kick right to the chest by Kyle O'Reilly. Again, those educated feet, knee strike. This guy, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, like you said, well-versed in the martial arts, whipping Davey Gibson off the far side and drives a knee right into the stomach. It could be going, I thought he was going for an arm submission there, but locks him in a tight body scissors.
Smart move here. We all know the gas tank that Davey Gibson has. This guy can go for a long time. You got to wear this guy out. You're probably not going to get lucky. So a smarter strategy would be to try to just wear him down.
And did you notice when Kyle O'Reilly had Davey Gibson locked in those body scissors, he was cross-facing him at the same time. No wasted movement. Kyle O'Reilly likes to inflict pain and punishment with all limbs of his body against his opponent. Smart move by Kyle O'Reilly.
This guy didn't get to be a world champion by getting lucky. He put the work in. He's a great example for anybody out there who wants to be a professional wrestler. This is the type of guy. This guy is studying all different types of disciplines, not just doing one thing. And that's what it takes to be successful.
Hard kick right to the chest. Again, showing those feet of Kyle O'Reilly. Twisting the arm. Speaking of hard strikes, that was a hard forearm strike by Davey Gibson, and Kyle O'Reilly doesn't let that arm go. Another hard forearm strike to the face. drags his arm right down into the canvas again. It started, now I think Kyle O'Reilly has found a weakness. He is starting to work over that arm of Davey Gibson. And once Kyle O'Reilly smells blood, this could be it for Davey Gibson.
He's absolutely relentless when he is on the attack, that's for sure. Guy is very well versed in lots of different arm locks as well. Could be softening him up for a Kimura, something, who knows. We'll just have to wait and see. But definitely a smart strategy here from Kyle O'Reilly.
Again, not letting that arm go. Every movement he's making right now towards Davey Gibson, every advance he's making is focused on that one body part, that arm. And now he's got him in a nice hammer lock and driving his forearm and knee down into that arm. Once again, look at the education here on Kyle O'Reilly and a diving knee strike right into that arm.
Could have dislocated the shoulder right there, put it in a very vulnerable position.
Would you say that's a basement knee strike?
I absolutely was going to ask you if you thought if that was a basement knee strike.
Oh, look at this, putting the torque on the shoulders, on the shoulder blades, rolling him over. This is a tight pin. He could have got a 1, 2, 3 right there. Crowd here in the Casa Loma Ballroom really appreciating the efforts of both of these athletes thus far in this match. Fans split right down the middle, half an O'Reilly chant, half a Gibson chant as they exchange blows in the center of the ring. Nice chops there by Davey Gibson.
I wonder if could we impose some sort of a rule where the fans just sit there and keep quiet? I get so tired of hearing them.
Fans pay their hard-earned money. Sunset flip here. Kyle O'Reilly looks like he might be back on his back after this sunset flip. He says no.
There he goes.
Cross-arm breaker.
He could have him right here.
Davey Gibson smartly locking his hands, rolling him over onto his shoulders, and almost gets a flash 3 count there. Nicely done by Davey Gibson, really staying on top of the action. Oh, Kyle O'Reilly misses an elbow strike into the corner. Gibson moves out of the way. Drives a shoulder right in the midsection of O'Reilly. Davey Gibson up and over, now connects with that sunset flip, but he rolls through and tries for that head kick, and Kyle O'Reilly blocks it. Locks into submission right here. This could be it. He's right in the center of the ring here. Look at that, locking up his arm now into a crossface. From one submission to another. Kyle O'Reilly really showing his experience. Rolls him over onto his shoulders. 1, 2, and O'Reilly kicks out. They are going hold for hold, move for move here tonight.
So these two guys very, very familiar with each other. Unbelievable action here.
Stomping away at the midsection. O'Reilly right back to that arm once again. Kyle O'Reilly focusing on that attack on that arm. I imagine he has to be softening it up for that cross arm break. Oh, drives the shoulder, or drives the elbow right down to the shoulder. What is he setting up for here? Could be a choke slam. No, just punches him right in the jaw. Vicious strike by Kyle O'Reilly. And again, back to that arm. You heard that punch right to the chin of Davey Gibson echo off every corner in this building. I thought that might have been a knockout blow. Now he's trying to fire back with shots to the midsection. Make that 2. A third one goes low again, and Kyle O'Reilly unrelenting. Oh, God, forearm strike right to the face. Make that 2. And Kyle O'Reilly with a double leg sweep takes it out of him. Now he's working some ground and pound techniques. Those palm strikes right to the face. Dave Gibson was trying to cover up, and again goes back to that cross arm breaker.
Very smart game plan, just going to get very, very solid strikes in and always putting it back in a vulnerable position. Looks for something that's
now he's
open.
going for that ankle lock. He picked that ankle right when he thought he was working an arm. He grabs that ankle and he's really reaching down on that ankle lock right here. And Davey Gibson wisely makes his way to the ropes to break that hold.
Davey Gibson starting to feel the effects of this relentless onslaught from Kyle O'Reilly. And there is best buddy Matty giving him some words of encouragement.
And that's why Matthew Grundy is out here, is because he lends support and enthusiasm to his partner. Maybe when his partner can't fight anymore, having him on the outside could boost him up that little bit extra to get a victory over Kyle
Well, and he's
O'Reilly.
got somebody to carry him to the back after Kyle O'Reilly gets done dismantling him.
Kicks the leg out from right underneath him, which poses the question, Christopher, what does this, if Kyle O'Reilly beats Davey Gibson here tonight, what does that mean for Kyle O'Reilly going forward and the STL title picture?
Well, he's certainly somebody that would have to be considered, I would think.
Both men showing their aggression here. Hard forearm strike right to the cheek. Almost sends O'Reilly down. He goes for another right hand and gets caught with 3 straight forearm strikes and a European uppercut. Oh, thrust kick right into the face. 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Barely gets the right shoulder up. I thought that could have been a 3 count. So close. Davey Gibson really connecting with that pump thrust kick right to the face of Kyle O'Reilly.
We talked about the endurance and the durability of Davey Gibson. He's certainly showing it right here. Kyle O'Reilly doing everything right in this match and still struggling to put Davey Gibson away.
Hasn't been a fireman's carry. I thought he was going for a Death Valley driver. There's hard knee strike right to the stomach of Davey Gibson. And Kyle O'Reilly looks angry for some reason. And now kicks him right in the side of the face. What is Davey Gibson going for here? Drives the knee right into the head of O'Reilly. This could be it here. O'Reilly might be out. 1, 2. Oh, almost a 3 count again. And barely gets that left shoulder up.
This is the kind of action that you should get used to seeing here in the NWL. The great athletes from all around the world starting to take notice and starting to see just the type of competitors that we have here and the type of action that is on here weekly in Kansas City and in St. Louis as well. This is a real feather in the cap of the wrestling world. Wrestling is back.
Absolutely. Davey Gibson says this is it. He's looking to put Kyle O'Reilly away. Oh, Kyle O'Reilly fights out of that suplex with a knee strike right to the top of the head. What is he going for here? Could be going for that locking belly to back suplex.
He might not have it all the way, and I can't tell from our vantage point if he's got him.
It looks like Davey Gibson's fighting his way out of it. Oh, hard elbow strikes right to the back of the head again. Kyle O'Reilly on wobbly legs and hits him with a running knee strike right to the chest. And going right back to that arm. There's that arm. Oh, no, he locked in a sleeper. He was going back to that arm, and it looks like Davey Gibson is locked in a tight sleeper hold on Kyle O'Reilly, and he could be out of it. And he reverses it with a Saito suplex.
Beautiful Saito suplex.
And drives Davey Gibson right into the mat. This could be it. 1, 2. Wow. Davey Gibson, all of his weight on his neck and shoulders as he was driven into the mat there by Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly almost walked out of here with a victory.
This match definitely taking its toll on both men. Both men trying to save their strength a little bit, sort of regroup here. Both of these men ripe for the pickings right now.
Both men have been, it seems like they've had each other well scouted this entire match. Every strike has been met with a counter strike. Every hold has been met with a counter hold. These two are so evenly matched here tonight. And he runs and gets a forearm strike right in the face of Davey Gibson, going back to that arm, now locking in. Oh, now he's got a knee bar.
He's got it.
He's got a knee bar locked in, and Davey Gibson screaming out in pain. Just when you think O'Reilly's got the arm, he goes for a leg attack.
Smart strategy again, switching as this match goes on longer and longer. It's harder to be on your feet, so weaken those legs. Make Davey Gibson have to carry his own body weight. It's a very smart strategy. It's, when speed becomes a factor later in the match, it'd be nice to slow him down a little bit.
And he's trying to slow him down with that heel hook. He's got a heel hook.
Oh, he's got him, and look, he's going back to the sharpshooter. He's got it again.
Davey Gibson reverses into a sharpshooter, and now he has to sit back and really put the pressure on the lower back of Kyle O'Reilly. Like I said, both of these men are going hold for hold here tonight. What a main event we've had so far.
Unbelievable action.
Looks like O'Reilly's looking to tap. If he taps, this is it. He's making his way over to the bottom rope. He's almost there and grabs the bottom rope and mercifully breaks that sharpshooter. And Davey Gibson almost collapses with exhaustion after breaking that sharpshooter. What a war we've seen here so far. And this is the kind of action, like you said, Christopher, you can see each and every time the NWL is in your area. If you like what you're seeing, go to FightSTL.com and get your tickets from there. You can get our Fight Club passes. You can see all of our current standings, match results, whatever you need, FightSTL.com. Looks like Davey Gibson, and look at that arm. Look at the left arm hanging at his side, almost there. Useless.
Yeah, absolutely.
As they're exchanging forearm strikes. You see that right in the face and the sweat flying off of both of these athletes. They are absolutely spent after this war for the last 20 minutes. Davey Gibson firing up, mustering some strength and driving that strike right into the face of Kyle O'Reilly. And it looks like he's almost out. He's barely holding on to that second rope, and he fires back with a strike of his own. And Davey Gibson kicks him right in the side of the face. What is Davey Gibson doing here? He could be going for a tope suicida and drives him right into that guardrail and rolls Kyle O'Reilly back in the ring. He could be going for that double stop here. If he hits it, this could be it. Oh,
he's got him.
He's got him in a triangle choke. It looked like he was going for a splash, and O'Reilly gets him in a triangle choke. If he locks this in, it's over. And Davey Gibson, I think, is fading. Look how tight that triangle choke is locked in on Davey Gibson.
He's got it in tight, that's for sure.
And sometimes we've seen Kyle O'Reilly use the elbow. Now he's looking to try to turn it into that arm bar again.
He's going back to that arm. Smart strategy. We just saw how that arm was just barely hanging on. This might be the
stomp. Vicious stomp on the face. Did you see that?
Another one.
Trying to break that armbar submission, and he's just stomping away on the head of Kyle O'Reilly.
These guys definitely, it's time to definitely turn it up just a notch. Shows you how important this match is to both of these men.
Jumping knee strike right to the chest, right to the sternum. Oh, I think he just knocked one of his teeth out. Davey Gibson sending him up. Sit out powerbomb. Wow. This could be it. 1, 2, almost 3. Almost 3. Good God, did you see the force and the velocity on that sit-out powerbomb? Davey Gibson almost pulled off a victory here tonight, and O'Reilly looks out of it.
Unbelievable impact on that sit-out powerbomb. Both these men are struggling.
Shake some of that feeling back into that left arm that has been abused by the Violent Artist this entire match. And I'm surprised he was able to pull off that sit-out powerbomb with the way his arm has been punished this entire match.
Says this is it.
All the fans here split right down the middle. Half of them chanting, "Let's go, Davey." Half of them chanting, "Let's go, Kyle." And Kyle O'Reilly just drops to the mat. He may be out of it right here tonight. The referee checks on him.
He might stop the match. Might have to.
Looks like O'Reilly still has a little bit of fight left in him. The referee did not call off this match. But both of these guys suffering from what has to be an extreme amount of exhaustion. And he locks in a choke right here. Locks in that guillotine. If he drops to his back and locks the legs around Davey Gibson, this could be it. Look at him. He just lets him go. Kind of dangling Davey Gibson out there. Stomps him on the back of the head. Misses a strike. Gets dropped right onto his head and stands up. And Davey Gibson, both men, are just going toe-to-toe. Pele kick.
Fighting on instinct right now.
Rebound lariat connects, and both men are down in the center of the ring. Putting the count on both of these athletes. They have until a 10 count to make it back up to their feet. If neither man is able to get back up by the count of 10, this match will be over. Referee's up to 7. He says 8. Both men have to get back up, 9, and both men have made it back up to their knees. Referee letting them fight here as they exchange forearm strikes on their knees. One for Gibson sends Kyle O'Reilly right back to his butt. O'Reilly strikes Gibson in the face, and one for Gibson. Both men back up to a vertical base, and neither man refuses to give an inch to his opponent. Just exchanging strikes right in the center of the ring.
Both wobbly-legged, both woozy, both very tired.
A hard kick to the chest and super kick. This could be it. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, that was so close. O'Reilly barely getting that left shoulder up after that super kick. And he could be going for that brain eater right on the knee. And O'Reilly locks in a sleeper hold of his own. And it looks like Gibson's blocking. He's blocking that top hand. And now O'Reilly has it sunk in. He puts the hand behind his head.
He's got him.
Now he's got him locked into a dragon sleeper. Drives him right into the back of his head.
That's got to be it.
1, 2. Oh, 2 count. Now he's got him in that Kimura.
Back to the arm.
And look, Davey Gibson wisely holding on to his tights. Kyle O'Reilly unable to get the full extent of that Kimura.
Smart move there by Davey Gibson. He's just throwing knees now, trying to get out any way that he can. He knows if he's in this for too much longer, there's no way he's getting out.
I don't know how Davey Gibson has lasted this long in this fight. I don't know how either man is standing at this point. And it looks like, drops him, sheer drop, brainbuster. 1, 2, oh God, 3, almost a 3 count. Has him locked in. He taps. He taps. He taps.
He got him.
Davey Gibson just tapped out to an arm breaker by Kyle O'Reilly. And Kyle O'Reilly picks up a victory here tonight in the Casa Loma Ballroom.
Beautiful game plan by Kyle O'Reilly, working on that arm for plus 20 minutes. It just something finally had to give. Great match from Davey Gibson and Kyle O'Reilly. Fantastic action you're only going to see here on the NWL. Huge victory right there for Kyle O'Reilly. I don't know what Kyle O'Reilly knew what to expect here tonight in St. Louis, but he got himself all that he wanted, that's for sure.
What a war we've seen here tonight between the violent artist, one half the Blood Brothers, Davey Gibson. What a match, fans. I hope you tell your friends about this match, because this is one of the best matches I've seen in a long time, and this is going to go down in the history books for the National Wrestling League, St. Louis. Looks like O'Reilly's got something to say to his opponent.
I knew on my drive here tonight that I was fighting Davey Gibson. I just had no idea what kind of fight I was in for. I've been a lot of places and I've wrestled a lot of guys, but for my money, this man right here stands among the very best wrestlers on this damn planet.
Absolutely. What a war we just saw, Christopher.
So that said, Davey Gibson, anytime you want to test yourself against me, and hell for that matter, for me to test myself against you, you got a shot at me any place, anytime, anywhere you want it.
Wow, let's sign the rematch.
If that does happen, make sure you tell your friends, your family, we pack this place for O'Reilly Gibson too.
All right. Wow, I'd love to see it.
I'm absolutely ready for that already. Fans, what a match we've seen here tonight. We hope you've enjoyed all the action here on NWL STL. For Christopher Fulton, I'm Ben Miller. We'll see you next time here in the Casa Loma Ballroom.